on the field. It should indicate our 2-minute warning on the field. With 2 minutes left here in the first half of play at 7-0. Burlington still has 5 timeouts remaining, I believe, Stephen.
Well, you know what? One of the things that Burlington has done in the past, that strong formation, they always go to the quick pitch. I think what you'll see is you're using that to set up a different play as we progress here, Dan. I think we can look for that as we move through the half and into the second half.
Red Devil coaching staff is sitting in the press box to the left of us. They look like a professional staff tonight, all decked out in their red, white, and blue shirts, but now with the nice headsets and a place for them to sit as well. Single setback is D'Agostino on 2nd down and 8. Gordon straight back to pass. He's in trouble, running to the right. Lots of room. Gordon showing some nice athleticism, and he gets out of bounds close to a first down, stopping the clock with 1 minute and 52 seconds left.
Well, I'll tell you, that's one thing. That's a great feature to see in Matt Gordon. He's got some quick feet.
He did get a first down at the 37-yard line.
2 advantages to that play, Dan. First down, and he also got out of bounds to stop the clock.
First and 10 now. Single setback is Killian, number 34, LeBlanc, and McGowan split out to the left. The 3 amigos, as we like to refer to them. Gordon straight back to pass, looking, throwing, and it's batted down by Hayes, number 75, as he ran over Gordon as he let the ball go, and Sean McGuire down there is looking for a flag on the play.
Well, certainly. One of the things, that's definitely something that the referees need to look for. That was a roughing the passer by, it was obvious.
Matt Gordon takes time out. Sean wants to talk to the officials. He's coming partway out into the football field, and I think as a second-year head coach, he's going to get a lot more respect from the officials this year. The officials tend to teach the rookies a little bit tough in their first seasons.
Yeah, certainly. Well, it's frustrating because the officials are ignoring him.
Yeah.
And they're not sending anybody over to talk to him either, so. Well, I'll tell you, that shows me something about Hayes right there. As we said, he's just such a good athlete. And to be able to knock the ball down like that, I'm sure he plays basketball. I mean, he's got such.
I don't know.
6'4",
260. I mean, but that's an awful lot to rumble down the court.
He's got some quick feet, and for a lineman, he's got some good, just flat out foot speed.
So the Red Devils take a timeout here with 1:46 left. Sean has them over in a huddle there. That was a great play, but after the play, as you may have caught on our cameras, Hayes knocked down Gordon, and that's part of the reason why I think Sean took timeout. He wanted to make his point known to the officials, but also they want to try to get things together here. Once again, an absolutely beautiful night for football. A slight wind blowing from right to left, from south to north. Second down and 10. The Red Devils have returned to the football field. On 2nd and 10, the Devils split now to the left. Brian Stebbins and Steve Yavanian come out here with Mark LeBlanc. Single setback is Killian. Here's Gordon straight back to pass. Rushes on, throwing down the left sideline. LeBlanc is dragged down on the play, and no flag.
Wow.
Hanson was the defender. He kind of grabbed onto LeBlanc and brought him down, and the pass was incomplete, just out of the reach of his outstretched hands.
Good ball. I'll tell you, you know what though, Dan? And I kind of had a funny feeling about it before the game started, but certainly you don't like to see the official not make a call like that. Definitely questionable, definitely worth talking about, but what can you do?
My only concern is that he was behind the play, and and he probably didn't see it from his angle. It probably wasn't interference, but the way we looked, it looked like, and of course it's always easy to call him up here. It looked like that Hanson had put a hand on LeBlanc to help bring him down. Here's 3rd down and 10. The rush is on. Here's Gordon. Throws a screen to LeBlanc. Watch out. Here comes Sithelmi. He breaks a tackle. He's got a lot of room with the 40, 35, 31 man to beat. 20 to the corner. LeBlanc touchdown.
Great play, Dan. Just a great play.
Mark LeBlanc The play goes 63 yards, and the Red Devils are on the board at 7-6.
Well, you know what? Just a great play call also, Dan. What's been happening is that the defensive line for Arlington has been rushing. They've gotten in every single time, and all Matt Gordon did was dump it right over the defensive line's head. The lineman made some great blocks. It's called the middle screen, and Mark LeBlanc just completely outran everybody and showing us his great athleticism.
He broke the one tackle from St. Thelmy and went 63 yards for the touchdown.
Just a great play. That middle screen always, certainly it's something that Burlington's added to their offense, and it's great to see them run it in a perfect situation.
So as the teams come back on the line, Burlington's taking a timeout, and they'll debate whether they should go for one or two. Mark LeBlanc, 63 yards. One of the captains, he asked to step forward. He certainly did. He broke one tackle at about the 45-yard line by St. Thelmy. St. Thelmy came in and had a good shot on him, but Mark it out of his way. Picked up a couple of blockers, and it was see you later, baby.
I'll tell you, what you just mentioned was a big thing. The receivers did not quit downfield blocking. That's one of the big things that the Burlington coaches have continuously worked on. Downfield blocking, and it's even rare to find in high school football. When the play's running backside from you, you tend to just want to stop. Well, the receivers kept plugging, did a great job. We'll see if we can add on the extra point here.
Kevin Vina on for the extra point. It'll be out of the hold of Matt Gordon. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So as the teams come back upfield here at Varsity Field with 1 minute and 26 seconds left here in the first half of play, on the strength of a 63-yard touchdown pass from Matt Gordon to Mark LeBlanc. The score, the Red Devils 7 and the Arlington Spy Ponders 7. And Stephen, you talked very, very importantly about that drive right before it happened, how important it was for this team to score going to the locker room at halftime.
Well, the big thing, momentum-wise, you want to really do something positive before any break in the game, before the end of the quarter, before the end of a half, just to keep a good flow going. You want to make a big play, get a touchdown, something. Something like that's going to help, I think, defensively here for Burlington to make a stand. Arlington, knowing that Arlington's probably going to put the ball up, puts Burlington at a better advantage. I think now one of the things Arlington's going to look for is they'll come out in a passing formation, watch for a quick toss, watch for a draw, because these backs for Arlington are strong, they're tough, and they're quick, and they're hitting the holes hard behind a big offensive line. So it'll be interesting to see what Arlington comes out with here.
The other thing, Stephen, that we had talked about beforehand, the defense has had problems covering the pass. Outside of that, though, they have not played that bad. Their run defense has been pretty strong. Arlington had 3 cracks before they got in the goal line, and they had to do it by the air. So I think if they can solve the problems with the pass defense, it's going to be a better second half for them.
Yeah, certainly.
Matt Gordon will handle the kickoffs here for the Red Devils. He's wearing number 3. Back deep is St. Thelmy and Rafferty, 31 and 30. Here's the kick. Squibs it along the ground. Bounces off. Palmacci picks up at the 30-yard line. Doesn't know where to go. Kind of drives forward. Brought down there by number 77 for the Red Devils. Matt Gillis on the kickoff coverage team. He got the ball back to his own 36-yard line where Arlington will take over first and 10. Correction at the 37-yard line. With 1:19 left here in the half, they only have, I believe, 1 timeout left.
Yes, certainly. And one thing that the returner there for Arlington is going to have to work on is he was carrying that ball way out there. If he gets that ball again, it's going to pop loose.
And there's one thing that you know as a quarterback. I mean, quarterbacks have to be foaming at the mouth when they see prevent defense.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
I mean, Ron Paulus and Todd Collins this past weekend, Notre Dame and Michigan, was a prime example how it just doesn't work.
No.
Here we go now. First down and 10 at the 37-yard line. Matt Lee has the back split. St. Thelmy split to the left. He goes back to pass,
Broken
looking
play.
for help. He's in trouble, kind of throwing, and it's incomplete.
That's a penalty.
To number 67.
Yeah, there it is.
That's Dave Paloka. Steve McGuire has been studying his rules this past season.
Well,
and the ball is incomplete. Tell us what happened on that one.
Well, basically what happened is he tried to get, 2 things happened. He tried to get rid of the ball, which is okay, but you can't throw the ball to an offensive lineman. It's considered an illegal receiver downfield.
Thank you very much. And
you know what that is too, Dan? That's a loss of down as well.
Exactly. 5-yard penalty, loss of down, ball back to the 32-yard line. The lead turned to his left. I think his whole team went to his right.
It's a broken play.
And he was being chased by Mark Stratty, number 57, and decided to try to throw the ball. And of course, you know, his team was in a run block situation, and they were downfield. And you're 1 out of 2 now with the officials' calls, I think.
Yep. So thus far.
I formation now behind Lee. Hanson the up back, and Rafferty the deep back. St. Thelmy to the left, Morris to the right. Tight end number 83, Palmacci on the left side. Here's the draw to Rafferty. Lots of room, but it's closed quickly. 44, Mike D'Agostino gives it the pump in his face as he drops him for a loss. And quickly, the Red Devils take a timeout.
Well, you know what? Just great discipline that time by Mike D'Agostino. He stayed at home. A lot of the players on the field were yelling pass. Good draw set up, Dan. That's the draw we were talking about before Arlington got the ball. It's something that they're going to try to, because they're not a great drop-back passing team, and a lot of teams that aren't are going to tend to try to run a draw in a throwing situation such as that.
You know, one of the things that we talked about in our football preview show, you talk about defense. You need the guy in the middle. The Patriots have Vincent Brown. The Red Devils have Mike D'Agostino. It starts from there. You need the guy who's the heart and soul of your defense in the middle, and everybody to play around him. And Michael certainly fills that role in this team.
Certainly. And the big thing, too, about Mike is that he's so physically tough. You know, had a tough season last year with the shoulder separation, and it's good to see him back at 100% ready to go.
The amazing part about him, even at 220 pounds, he is an outstanding open field tackler.
Certainly, as you saw right there.
3rd down and 13. To the left goes St. Thelmy. To the right is Morris.
Well, Thelma is just a good receiver here. He's a good athlete. Somebody to watch out for.
Backs are split behind Lee. In motion goes Morris. Lee rolls to his left, looking in trouble, throwing. It's incomplete. Looking for a grounding on the play as number 57 Mark Stratty and 76 Jason Brooks put the pressure on. And on 4th down, the Red Devil offense may have one last chance to go with a 2-minute offense.
Well, see, I tell you, there's one thing that we were looking for. We knew Arlington was going to throw the ball, and when Burlington knew they were going to throw, they were ready for it. Now, offensively, the 2-minute drill's got to kick in. The 2-minute no-huddle offense is called the Army package. That'll be run out here, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. 4th
down and 13, Flood's back to punt. He has some ability as a kicker. Red Devils are going for the block. Kick is blocked! It's blocked by Jay Capozzi. Picked up by Stratty. He falls down. Red Devils have it at the 25-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, that's just great special teams. That is just great special teams. Good effort. If you know what it's, Dan, and it's the little intangible things in football that make it such a special game. The Arlington punt team kind of lackadaisically came out. Okay, we're running another punt. They just weren't ready for it to happen. Burlington sent 10 guys. 1 guy got in there. Great block. You cannot be lackadaisical, and you cannot give up on any play in a football game.
You know, we talked about Jake Capozzi a lot on defense, making the big play again right there. And the Devils have the ball at the 25, 1st down and 10. They have, I believe, 3 timeouts left.
And it'll be interesting to see if they take a shot right here, Dan.
Gordon comes out now. He's going to call signals. They're going to shift all over the place. I formation now. Deep back is Killian. On 1st down and 10 from the 25. Gordon on the play action fake. Rolls to his left. Looking. He throws short to LeBlanc. LeBlanc steps inside the 15 and gets inside to about the 13-yard line.
Burlington going to that Army 2-minute offense.
38 seconds left. The clock will be stopped for the Red Devils to get up on the ball.
Great job by Matt Gordon to square up his shoulders and throw a good ball.
Here's Gordon. He spikes it to stop the clock with 33 seconds left. And I don't know if you saw it, but Sean McGowan was running a flag pattern to the corner. He was wide open. Now, granted, Gordon couldn't get his shoulders around to throw the ball, but he threw a nice ball to LeBlanc in the flat.
And LeBlanc just made a great athletic play. Again, we keep talking about how good of an athlete Mark LeBlanc is. He sent that cornerback fighting for air, Dan, and he just turned it up and got an extra 10 yards.
So the Red Devils come out 2nd down and 10 after the spike. I formation. Yavanian to the left. Here's the fake. Back to pass of Gordon looking for help. Throwing the ball up for the corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
What a great play!
Sean McGowan, the big tight end, 6'4", 245 pounds, went up and caught the ball, and the Red Devils go up 13-7.
Wow, that's just a great job by Matt Gordon. Just a great job by Matt Gordon athletically. Again, he had a defender coming straight up right in his face. He saw McGowan, and it's very rare that anyone's going to out-jump a 6'5", 242-pound tight end that's being recruited by every school in the land. and Gordon just did a great job. He get that ball up nice and high where one person could catch it. Sean McGowan or nobody. Great job by the Burlington offense.
So the Red Devils capitalize on the punt block, and the first guy in the field to congratulate Sean McGowan was Jay Capozzi. Capozzi holds, Vina kicks, it's up, and it is good. So with the 22 seconds left here in the first half of play, the Red Devils have put up 2 quick touchdowns in the past minute and 34 seconds to take a 14-7 lead.
Well, certainly, I'll tell you, that's just a great offensive series. They took full advantage of the punt block. The punt block turned the momentum, got the crowd into it, got the guys on the field behind them, and that big wave just started to roll and rolled right over the Arlington defense. And I'll tell you, Sean McGowan just made a great athletic move, getting that ball, jumping up nice and high and getting that, and Matt Gordon did the same thing, getting that ball nice and high and getting away from the defender. Just 2 solid athletes. Again, we show the strength of the Burlington skills.
You know, it was much like the same play before. LeBlanc was in the flat, Killian was in the flat, but McGowan was the guy who was deep. He threw it up for grabs, and the big guy pulled it down for his first touchdown of the season. And I know Sean's looking for a whole lot more from the big guy, and hopefully Matt can get him the ball. But a great job by the Red Devils in their quick 2-minute offense, the Army attack, if you'd like to call it. And now Gordon will kick off from his own 40-yard line.
Good kick.
Kick comes down to St. Thelmy, takes it about his 7, gets to the 10, 15, 20, into the middle of the pack, and he's tripped up by the Red Devils. Down at the bottom of the pile there is number 48. There's a player we haven't called out yet tonight. Kyle Lawrence making the tackle for the Red Devils. A sophomore. Lawrence.
Brother of former Burlington running back Adam Lawrence.
That's true. 5'7", 175 pounds. First down and 10 for the Spy Ponders at the 27-yard line. 17 seconds left here in the first half.
I'll tell you, something to look out for, Dan. Possibly a halfback pass, something like that. They're going to either be conservative or they're going to take a shot here.
They get the ball back in the second half, so we know what we're going to see here. Again, I formation in the back split now. 45, Spencer is listed as the fullback. On first down and 10, Lee is calling signals. Turns and gives the ball to Spencer. A little bit of room outside, and he's brought down there by number 35. That's Brian Segul.
They're just
and that's going to do it here in the first half of play as the clock ticks down. The Red Devils scored 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes and 34 seconds to take a 14-7 halftime lead. We'll be back from Varsity Field in Burlington with second half action. Field on the campus of Burlington High School. Dan Brothers and Steve McGuire. Quickly recapping the first half. Arlington High School, one on the board. On a 2-yard touchdown pass from Matt Lee to number 88, John Colleen. The point after touchdown was good, and Arlington had a 7-0 lead, but Stephen Burlington flew back. 2 touchdowns within 2 minutes and 34 seconds of each other. The first, a 63-yard touchdown pass, a screen pass, Mark LeBlanc from Matt Gordon.
Well, certainly it was set up very well, Dan. And what the Arlington defensive line had been continuously doing was making a great pass rush, coming after Gordon. And once you start to break into that habit, and you're going to get sucked in and you're going to get hurt, and that's what happened. They came after him. Gordon dumped the ball over the defensive line. Mark LeBlanc showed his tremendous athleticism. Again, we've been continuously using that word, but it's so true. And he just took off and made a great job.
Well, we have fixed our technical difficulties, as you can see. The new press box at Burlington's varsity field, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention many people who are involved in it. Bill Katruber, and on behalf of everybody, I'd like to thank Pete Peters, the Burlington town engineer, Doug Gillingham of the Recreation Department, Luke Gallant of Shawsheen Technical School, Dick Linder of Burlington Cable Access Television, Pat O'Brien and Dennis Doherty, the carpenters of the school system, Pete McInespy, the electrician of the schools, Ross McLeod and Sons local carpenter, AM Pro Signs Incorporated, donation of the sign to varsity field, and financially members of the Burlington Pop Warner organization and BCAT. Once again, Stephen, now the Red Devils, just 2 minutes and 34 seconds left on the big play by Jay Capozzi, blocking the punt, took advantage. Second play after the blocked punt, Matt Gordon hit Sean McGowan from 13 yards out. Venus' kick was good, and the Red Devils had a 7-point lead.
Well, it's just a great job by Gordon to get away from the defender. He held on to that ball as long as he possibly could without taking that sack. Got it nice and high where only one person could catch it, and that was Sean McGowan. And again, Sean McGowan made a great job leaping up and making a great play. And let's add also, Dan, the kicking of Pat Vina.
That's Kevin Vina.
I'm sorry.
And boy, I'll tell you what, you just caused a big rift in the Vina household.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Second half action.
But I'll tell you, it's certainly something worth noting. He's got a good leg, and he's done a great job adding the extra point. It's too bad I don't know his name.
Here's Gordon now kicking off from right to left. It comes to St. Thelmy. He has the ball at his own 15, 20, 25, 30. Room to the outside. Steps up, and he's brought down by number 77, Matt Gillis, his second consecutive tackle on the special team.
Just a great job by Ryan Contreras. His only job on the kickoff team is to contain and to keep the running back to the inside. He did that. He saw that the man was breaking to the outside. He quickly got out there, forced him back. And when you contain like that, you have to force him back into 10 more defenders. He did a nice job.
Matt Lee comes out with the Arlington offense. He'll have Rafferty, Dean Rafferty, and Doug Hansen in the backfield. Wide receivers will be Dan Morris and Randy St. Thelmy. Offensive line, Healy, Kirshner, Topopoulos, Paloka, and Hayes, Palmacci, and Colleen, the tight ends. A first down and 10. I formation behind Lee. He's calling signals. In motion comes Colleen. Inside handoff to Rafferty. Nowhere again. He gets out over the 30 to about the 31-yard line. A host of Red Devil tacklers down at the bottom of the pile. 44, D'Agostino, 57. Co-captain Mark Stratti making the stop for the Devils as Rafferty gained 2. It'll be second down and 8.
Well, just a good job that time of gang tackling. It's good to see the Burlington defenders coming in and helping each other out like that. Gang tackling is such an important part of stopping the run, and I'll be interested to see here if Arlington opens it up a little bit.
Second down and 8, St. Thelmy to the left, Morris to the right. Backs are in an eye. Tight end is Palmacci. He lines up on the right side. On second down and 8, Lee is calling the signals. Hands off to Rafferty on a delay. Mark LeBlanc there, keeping the play inside, and he was quickly helped by his Red Devil defenders, John Costantino, with the help in the inside.
Great job by Mark LeBlanc to contain that. Costantino came up and made a nice, big, solid pop. Good contact on the line, good stop, and a great defensive play by the Burlington defense.
Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be third down and 9. The Red Devil defense has LeBlanc and Segul at the ends, McGowan and Brooks at the tackles, and Mark Stratti on the nose. You'll see also John Costantino in there as well. Third down and 9.
They're setting that 3-deep zoning again.
St. Thelmy to the right, Morris to the left, I formation behind Lee. Lee straight back to pass, looking, he's in trouble, throwing long down the middle of the field. It's broken up and tipped off by Ryan Contreras. He breaks a tackle at the 45, 40, 35, and he's knocked down out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and there's an injured Arlington player on the field.
As well as a flag.
Ryan Contreras now, you talk about your two deep zone. Ryan Contreras was playing center field there and played it perfectly.
Well, what happened that time, Dan, is they rotated back to the 3 deep zone, and Contreras did a great job. One of the biggest rules of being a quarterback is you can never throw high over the middle, and that's something that Lee did. He dropped back, he put the ball up in a location and the defender made a great job to come up and pull the ball away. Just a great defensive play for the Red Devils. Again, Contreras, I mentioned him on the kickoff. Just a very good, disciplined play to come up. He timed it so well where he just came up, pulled the ball away, made a nice job.
The injured player on the field. We're going to bring this return back 15 yards. A clipping penalty against the Red Devils, but the big play by Ryan Contreras on the interception, and the Red Devils have the ball at their own 49-yard line, first down and 10.
Good to see for the momentum of the defensive backfield. They've been given so much criticism by a lot of people, including us. And
I don't think you call it criticism.
No, not criticism, but
I think one of the things that Sean had cautioned us about was that they were very young.
Certainly.
And they were going to take some time.
And that's good momentum for them to swing back into to begin the second half. A touchdown here would really open things up for Burlington.
Well, the thing that Sean also said, not to go back to that point, is that they're also very young, but they're also very athletic. You've got Contreras who plays back there. You've got Jake Capozzi who plays it. They have Contreras who plays back there. They got Stephen Yavani who plays back there, and Brian and Bobby Segul, and they all have good athletic instincts. And Sean was realized, and I know that George Bailey is working with them in practice. He realizes that they've got good athletic instincts, but it's going to take some time to learn.
Certainly.
And Ryan Contreras played it perfect there.
Well, I'll tell you, the player that's down here for Arlington, Dan, is number 57, I believe. Bill Topolis.
They're working on him in the field.
He was hurting.
Well, I wondered if he was the one who was clipped, or if he got hurt during the play. The flag was thrown somewhat in his vicinity,
yep.
And we hope that he's all right.
He was certainly having a tough time. He was struggling on the field trying to get up.
So Burlington will have the ball first down and 10 at their own 49-yard line. And we're still waiting the injured player on the field. As you look at the Burlington Red Devil huddle, Matt Gordon, and you know, one thing, Stephen, this injury could actually slow down some of the momentum that Burlington has right now.
Yeah, certainly, and you don't like to see that.
No.
Well, one of the things, too...
So they're in the huddle right now. They just want to get out to the line of scrimmage to get this playoff. I mean, they're all fired up out there. And Topolis is back on his... he's sitting up now, and he's being attended to by a couple of good-looking people up there, so I assume that one of them may be a doctor. Although in this day and age, doctors don't dress as like they did in the older days.
Well, as we mentioned in the pregame, Dan, about our keys to the game for Arlington was to stop John Killian. Burlington really hasn't gone to John Killian too much, so they really haven't had the opportunity to stop him. But the second key we mentioned was to throw the ball, and they've done that. But, again, Burlington's athletes made a nice job. And our third point and key to the game for Arlington was to pound away, and that's what they've been doing, but to no avail. Some of the keys for Burlington were an untested Matt Gordon. He's certainly shown that he can play varsity football and had a great first half, and we'll see how he does here in the second.
Topolis looks like a knee injury. You know, it was very important for Matt Gordon to get the jitters out. 2 years ago on the same field, the same type of situation, Danny Hannafin went through somewhat of a learning experience, and for Matty to step in and have a productive first half, let's hope he can finish with a nice, strong second half, and things could be headed somewhere.
Certainly.
Red Devils break the huddle on first down and 10. They'll send Giovanello out to the far left. He's wearing number 9.
First down to 10, Burlington on the 50.
Wishbone formation behind Gordon. On first down, the deep handoff to LeBlanc. LeBlanc cuts inside, has a blocker out in front, uses him perfectly, and dances inside the 30, still on his feet, and he's brought down to the 26-yard line. Tackled there by Doug Hansen. Mark LeBlanc really having a big game for the Red Devils.
Great run, Dan. Who was the lead blocker there?
That was Paul Giovanello, number 9, out in front.
Just a great job by the receiver, Giovanello, to make a great downfield block. LeBlanc just powered his way in there. Big gain. First down for Burlington inside the 30-yard line.
So on first down and 10, they break the huddle. Giovanello goes to the left. The tight end McGowan will line up on the right side. Wishbone formation. D'Agostino in front of LeBlanc and Killian. Here's the handoff. LeBlanc, why not? He's running people over inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line, gaining about 8 in the play. Second down and 2.
That Burlington offensive line starting to move some of those big guys from Arlington.
Gaining 8 in the play. LeBlanc, second down and 2.
$7:13 to go here in the third quarter.
Wishbone again behind Gordon. Giovanello to the left. Turns and gives to LeBlanc. LeBlanc on his feet. Breaks a tackle inside the 10 to about the 11-yard line. Carrying the ball a bit loosely. He was tackled there by number 45, Jim Spencer.
And that's one of the things the coaches are going to make sure they mention to him. He can't run with that ball way out like that. It's going to take, you're taking too much of a risk of losing it, but he's doing a great job. He's just, the big thing about being an effective running back is you have to continuously pound away and move your feet. The repetition of quick feet, quick feet, quick feet is tough to stop if you can keep him going toward the line like that.
Arlington takes timeout. With that timeout, we'll have a chance to mention our crackpot crew here for Burlington Cable Access Television tonight. We're under the direction of Mr. Richard Fucareel, who worked his tail off this afternoon to get this whole project set up and has done a great job in the truck. On cameras tonight, John Hofferty, Michael Regan up above. Eddie Shine is somewhere down in the field helping out on cameras as well. The audio is Jennifer Murphy. Production assistants Brandon X, and Charlie Philbrick. And of course, our technical director who helped Rich set it all up this afternoon was Dick Linder. And of course, as we do always, Sarah Twist is up here giving us our guidance and direction. She enjoys openers and closers, game openers and Thanksgiving, and of course, the brain power behind all of our telecasts here at Burlington Cable Access Television. And I want to see a station around here who does a better job than us.
Wow,
it doesn't happen in too many places. I mean, after all, when things are all said and done now in the future, Sarah's going to be the one who stepped and said, I found Fabulous Franco. Once again, as far as BCAT goes, I'd like to wish all the best wishes to Fabulous Franco, Frank McGonigal, who's headed to Hollywood. And good luck to all the people there. Red Devils are out. Second down. First down and 10. The ball is at the 12-yard line. Once again, the wishbone formation. Double tight end situation. Turn the give to number 24, LeBlanc. LeBlanc just pushes people over. Still on his feet. And he's down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line, where half of Arlington makes the stop. Number 77, Ian McClellan, at the bottom of the pile, along with 45, Jim Spencer, and number 63, Steve Kirshner.
Well, one of the things Arlington's starting to do now, Dan, when Burlington first brought the ball up, they had one safety just setting back way deep. Now they have all 11 guys very close to the line. I would look for the pop or the pass here going to Sean McGowan in the end zone. Second
down and 5. Once again, the wishbone formation. Arlington's pulled way in tight. Here's the give to Killian, right side. Killian's feet get moving. Still on his feet, breaking tackles, and he gets inside the 6 to probably about the 5-yard line, where it will be third down and about 2, making the stop for Arlington. Number 39, John Brandt.
Oh, what a power combination for Burlington. John Killian one side, Mark LeBlanc running the other. I'll tell you, that's certainly something to look out for. Big play here, Dan. Burlington can get the first down without scoring the touchdown. Third down and 3 now for Burlington. The ball resting at just about the 5-yard line. Gordon hands off to LeBlanc.
No, LeBlanc still on his feet, driving towards the goal line, fumbles on the play, and it's recovered by the Spy Ponders.
Well, I'll tell you, Dan, that's something that I mentioned just about 5 minutes ago. He's got to be careful running with that ball.
And Arlington dodges the bullet here, and the ball is 1st and 10 for the Spy Ponders. And on the 2-yard line, it's tough to give the ball away in that situation. Mark had a first down, and it was funny, we had just mentioned that on one of the carries beforehand that he was carrying it kind of loosely.
Dan, it's scary. It's scary. We're mentioning a lot of things, and they're happening.
This is deja vu all over again.
Let's say something good.
Yogi, defensive stand here for the Red Devils is very important.
There you go.
1st and 10 at the 4-yard line. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is part of a BCAT Channel 52 broadcast. Lee comes over center, I formation. He turns and gives to Rafferty right side. No, he gives it to Hanson in the middle. And Hanson didn't appear to have gained too much, getting out to about the 5-yard line, gaining 1. It'll be 2nd down. Make it 2. 2nd down and 8. Making the stop for the Red Devils with number 76, Jason Brooks.
Carrying the ball for Arlington is number 34, Doug Hanson. Taken down by Burlington, number 73.
Arlington breaks the huddle. Morris comes to the right. Double tight end in the game. Palmacci and Killeen. I formation. Now the backs split. This fullback now is Jim Spencer. Lee calling signals. On 2nd and 9, gives to Spencer right side. Tries to get some room and rolls out to about the 7-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 6. Making the stop for the Red Devils, number 44, Mike D'Agostino.
Mark LeBlanc's got to be careful here not to carry that offensive play over to defense. He's still very frustrated. It's good to see his enthusiasm about wanting to do well, but he's got